Okay, good afternoon, viewers at home. You know, the program we say is the way to success. Today, we are very blessed. We have one of a kind, our own very own professor, Professor Asanda Mditshwa. Just to give you a clear view so that you can understand who is Professor Asanda Mditshwa. Professor Asanda Mditshwa was born and grew up in Bizana, which means Uzilali, Fana Nwanathi. And then from there, he went to University of Fort Hare. Nah, it was Zilali, one college. Yeah, one college. So, this is one college, Prof. Mditshwa. Then from there, Prof. Mditshwa, Wapuma was on the postgrad qualifications, UKZN. And then from there, wahamba eStellenbosch. Uthe eseStellenbosch abesenza iPhD yakhe khona. Waphinda engekagraduate njalo, wabuya waze UKZN, yamqasha UKZN as a lecturer. Kuthe kusenjalo kwamele aphinde eStellenbosch awudefendela iPhD yakhe. Siyakhumbula sasithandaza bayidefende kahle wabuya naye. And then uthe xa ibuya up, hayi ke emveni koko yabe seyaqala ke indaba. So Prof Mditshwa is a specialist kwi-horticulture, but he deals mostly with the post-harvest. We know majority of food is lost after harvesting. So his research is mainly on that one. He has achieved quite a number of things. Among them, it's more than 100 publications under his name. He has produced almost 8 PhD students right now, and almost above 15 master students, and many more honor students. By the way, I don't know how he's getting this strength, but we are glad that he is here. Prof. Mditshwa, how are you?
I'm well, Doc. How are you?
I'm also fine, Prof.
Yes,
Prof, my viewers really are very fascinated that today you are sitting, and they would like to know whether Prof is married or not, because he's moving so fast. So they are fascinated about
it. Yes. I'm married. Got married actually, when a few weeks after defending my PhD. I got married. Yeah. So this year I'll be 10 years married.
Okay.
I have 4 kids.
Okay.
You
multitask. Prof multitask.
Yeah.
Prof, please take us through your upbringing from Bizana when you were young.
I grew up, in a very big family. Okay. We are 8 at home.
Okay.
But like anyone who has grown in rural area, I attended a government school.
Okay.
Kamalaso in Folozi Junior Secondary School.
Okay.
So that's where I grew up. Then I had a short stint at Kangele.
Okay.
Senior Secondary School in Manfred.
Yes.
Before I went back to Bizana.
Okay.
With school of Nongege Junior Secondary School. That's where I matriculated.
Okay.
So basically that was my my life in Bizana. As I say, it's a small town, but with people who are very focused and dedicated, who take or still believe in a way that education is the key to success.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm coming to that, considering the fact that we now see Prof blossoming. And then we've been wondering what really influenced him to even choose agriculture out of so many careers with his pure brain that is so beautiful like this.
Thank you for that question. Ekaya, my parents practiced small scale farming.
Okay.
They did vegetables, maize, beans, all those things. So I think that somehow influenced me in a way. Of course, even though initially I wanted to be a medical doctor.
Oh, okay.
Initially, then I found myself at University of Fort Hare. But I got an interest for post-harvest.
Okay.
That was largely because of the conferences I attended. Whilst I was still an undergrad, I attended a number of academic conferences.
Were you attending them yet? You were focusing on studying?
Yeah. Because I was funded by Citrus Academy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they really gave us good industry exposure.
Okay.
So first conference I attended was here in Drakensberg. Called the Citrus Research International, conference. Okay. So that's where I say, okay, yes, there's agriculture, but there seemed to be this problem of food getting lost. after it's been harvested. So that's where I got an interest to actually focus on that area.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Because that would be actually my next question to ask, to say that what really made you to zoom into the niche area now that you find yourself in? Thank you for answering that one. But another part that is very important, now many people in agriculture, they talk about the nexus, which is energy, food security, climate, and so forth and so forth. Now you come in an angle that is very good about this one of a post-harvest to preserve the food. Maybe can you enlighten us, Prof, about maybe the importance of your field for someone who's out there who really do not understand it at all, who only knows that we harvest food, we cook, and then when it is rotten, we throw it away. What are the ways of preserving it to go forward, and all those things, the importance about your own specific area?
I like that you spoke about that nexus, because I think it's very important. Because we need to really think deeply each time we throw away food. Because when you throw away food, you're actually throwing away water, which was used to produce
it.
If electricity was involved in that farming operation, we are throwing away electricity, that energy. You know, so there's a lot that that you are losing each time you throw away food. And it's sad because we focus on many other issues when talking about climate change, and not focus on food losses, because they emit a lot of greenhouse gases, which, I mean, methane, so we really need to focus on that food loss and try to reduce those food losses. So it's really important. I mean, at times the small things which matter. I mean, you notice that if you put your fresh cabbage, for instance, in the fridge, there's a difference if you don't cover it with that small plastic. It makes huge difference. So at times it's just those small things. Of course, I do understand that there's also a problem with technologies. Some of our communities don't have electricity, they don't have refrigerators, and that really exposes them to those food losses. But we continuing actually to focus in terms of research and see how can we bridge that gap for those communities who are not so equipped in terms of technologies.
Or perhaps in your own research as well, maybe you can go and look the indigenous knowledge that is there.
Precisely.
Because also old people, they used to preserve
food. They used to preserve food. Precisely. They used to preserve food. Of course, I mean, we know that perhaps some of the methods they used, they compromised maybe vitamins in that food. So is it possible to use that knowledge and try to bridge it with the current knowledge, such that we have a perfect product still, even though perhaps the methods used are not so perfect?
Wonderful. Wonderful. I get it. So, Prof, again, because we can see that you are very versatile and well-rounded in your field, actually, you live up to your standard as a Professor Asanda Mditshwa. Maybe which now platforms you're associated with? Perhaps maybe you can talk about maybe affiliations. Can you enlighten people your space where you operate?
One of the biggest organization I'm affiliated with, which is very aligned with the work that I do, is the International Society of Horticultural Sciences. So they have conferences every year where we meet and exchange knowledge. But we also, locally we have our own society, South African Society of Horticultural Sciences, which also focuses, on the same issues, but more at a local level. But also there is a South African Academy of Young Sciences, which is really focused on encouraging young people, just like you're doing, in terms of taking education serious, identifying